It's Taste of Country Nights with Evan Paul on demand, season 2, episode 24 with Diamond Rio.
Man, there was a wacky part, and I was trying to come. So I think I ordered 19 kazoos off of Amazon, and none of them sounded right.
He was like, well, he's in there going, go whack, whack, whack. I said, you know what? Every time you say that, I'm like, I got a duck call in the truck. I'll be right back.
Now, Diamond Rio is a large group. They just added a couple more members, as a matter of fact, as a couple retired. 3 of them stopped by for this interview. We talked about the brand new song that they released, and it's interesting because it's an instrumental, and they're the 6-time vocal group of the year. So we got into why they did that, and there are reasons why they put that out. We'll get into that and other facets of their life, what they've been through in their 30-so years of making music in Nashville. Diamond Rio, thank you in advance for listening to this on Taste of Country Nights on Demand. It's part of the Town Square Media Podcast Network. It's Evan Paul here. We're hanging with Diamond Rio. What's going on? Well, we got a few of you.
It is. The most important 3. Yeah.
Is that arguable in between the rest of them?
Not anymore.
So after the other bandmates retired, you guys added some new ones. Your first track that you put out is an instrumental, interesting, from 6-time vocal group of the year. Why'd you guys choose to do that?
Man, go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Well, you know what? This wasn't the decision that the country needs another great country instrumental. I mean, the last time that was released was in the 60s, and this is a little bit of a tribute to the Strangers, Hags Band, and the Po Folks did some of this type of stuff. The Buckaroos had great instrumental stuff, and my favorite guitar player of all time, Leon Rhodes, also did this with the Texas Troubadours. So we get these 2 incredible young musicians that come. Micah Swinesberg, our new drummer, fantastic. I mean, incredible, and Carson McKee, this incredibly virtuosic fiddle player come in the band, and all of a sudden I'm looking here at 2 Ferraris, and man, what would you guys want to do?
Okay.
Right? And not to say that we dumb things down for vocal stuff, but you don't get to stretch out like you do, and we're not going to be able to show these guys off like we do in an instrumental. So I asked both of them, what do you want to do? And Micah was very specific. He wanted to do something that was going to be engineered by Mike Clute, who has cut all the other Diamond Rio stuff. I says, okay, I think we can do that. And Carson said she wanted to grow and she wanted to write some stuff. And so she and I just started writing this song together. And little by little, this guy's like, hey, man, Dan was like, let me play some piano on this. And Mike was like, do you need a drum track as you guys are putting this thing together?
Okay.
So this is just kind of, this is not a single. We're starting to write this song. And man, it's starting to turn out really something that I'm very proud of. And we go through all this stuff, and all of a sudden Micah, who happens to do probably more work as a still photographer and a video guy than he does with Diamond Rio, says, hey man, let's do a video on this thing. I'll bring in all my gear and we'll set it up. So very much like the old Little Rascals where,
it's a cool video.
But it's like everybody kind of chipped in. Hey, I want to do this. I want to do this. And then all of a sudden we have a great video of a song that I'm super proud of. And it really shows off Carson and Micah.
It sure does. Yeah. It sure does. I mean, the fiddle is it's incredible. I don't know how people play that thing.
Well, we have a long history.
Yeah.
I mean, from our very first album on, we've had several instrumentals. It's almost become a standard for almost every piece of product we ever put out. And Jimmy wrote all of those, and a couple of them are Grammy nominated, CMA nominated, all that. And so it wasn't like it was something that we'd never done before. I mean, and I have the gift and the privilege of standing on stage and including when Gene and Brian were here, and now with Micah and Carson, really hasn't backed off at all, with 5 world-class musicians that if they weren't doing this, they would be making big bucks somewhere else, maybe more. I don't know. But, I sing. But that's kind of stuff I was like, man, yeah, this sounds great. I got a chance to, debut on the Duck Call, and it was awesome.
Man, there was a wacky part, and I was trying to come. So I think I ordered 19 kazoos off of Amazon, and none of them sounded right.
He was like, sitting there going, he goes, go whack, whack, whack. I said, you know what? Every time he said it, I'm like, I got a duck call in the truck. I'll be right back.
I have a Dale call. You ever seen that? It's like a promotional thing. It was a Dale Earnhardt duck call. When you hit it, it's Dale. I could have brought that in. Long story short.
Sound like a big engine going on?
Yeah. It's like a big engine. You're like,
that will not get a duck to come.
Yeah. Are you guys going to be playing? I know you're going on a really long tour. Do you open with the instrumental? Like, here's our new stuff, or do you open with something old?
No, we play all the hits that everybody came to hear for sure in the first place. We've been blessed and worked very hard to have so many hits that we can't really get them all into one show unless we put them in medleys and stuff. And what a blessing! Not something we necessarily foresaw at the beginning, but we definitely try to deliver that. And I don't know if we work this thing up or not.
No. We're gonna put it in the show, but we have yet to do that.
Oh,
so
okay.
this is this is all very fresh for us.
Right.
Just wrote, recorded, video, and we're touring and working. So we actually got to do that. So
I tell you, when I was in college on the radio, we played a mixture. It was whatever you wanted to play on the radio during your shift. And, this was the time where we would, right before like Napster and all that. And so we were playing everything, like everything from Jay-Z to the Beatles. And once a day when I was on, I went to college in North Carolina in the mountains. Once a day when I was on, I would always get a call. It was like a huge song on our campus was Diamond Rio, You're Gone.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And that became that was my introduction to you guys. So, you guys hit people from all walks of life, but that was in the middle 90s or whatever. And that song really hit home for me because throughout my life I've been able to apply it to different things. Like if a girl walks out of me or if someone passes away, what is each one of your favorite Diamond Rio tracks of all time?
Goodness gracious.
Bubba Hyde, yeah.
Okay. Bull. Is that his least favorite?
It's the last one of the night. It's the encore.
Okay, I got you.
A little piece of information on that, though. You're Gone was written by Little Enos.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Paul Williams.
On Smokey and the Bandit.
Wow.
And John Vesner.
Who also wrote Old Fashioned Love Song, the theme to The Love Boat.
Wow.
He's an Academy Award winning songwriter and told Dan, he says, and I'll always be known as Little Enos.
Exactly. But yes, mine's, they're like your children.
Right,
really.
right.
I mean, it's like, and it's hard to pick one. We have so many. I'm proud of everything. We wouldn't put them out if we weren't proud of them. But, for me, especially in the first album project, Mama Don't Forget to Pray for Me has always been special to me because it really spoke to where we were at the time in our career. We had struggled for many years, trying to get the big lick. And now all of a sudden everything was taken off, like lightning. And it talks about, I forget how I've been raised, but, everything's moving awfully fast. Mama, don't forget to pray for me.
Okay.
And, that's always been special to me.
Your
One
turn.
more day has got to be it for me. I mean, it just, we do it absolutely every night, and it's one that I always look forward to us doing. I love to hear it. I've never gotten tired of it. All of our other songs.
That's saying something for him. He gets tired of everything.
Has went through, I get tired of that for a while, and then that comes back, and I get tired of something else,
Gotcha.
and then that comes back. One More Day, buddy, has always been constant, not to mention what it means to so many that we've witnessed over the years, how that has affected people's lives and helped them through some very, very tough times. But it's just a great, great song. And as Bill Anderson said when we first did it, he said, it just goes to show you vanilla is the most favorite flavor.
Thanks, I think.
Thanks.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Do you guys feel like you might have paved the way for like large ensemble groups like Zac Brown Band, Mumford and Sons, and things like that?
Absolutely, man. They would have been nothing without us.
100%.
And you know what? In all seriousness, I will say this: when one of the first problems we had, or we heard from the industry when we were pitching ourselves, and yeah, 6-member band, that'll never work. You know, I mean, Alabama, that was a fluke, and blah blah blah, and we did get some resistance from that for sure from the industry, but once we broke with Meet in the Middle, it was amazing. Every label you saw, Little Texas, Lone Star. I mean, now here they come, you know, and it was. I hope that I will take it if we're not, but I know this. I think those folks, good friends of ours, got a chance, maybe because we proved that, you know, this actually can work.
Yeah,
it was more like a 70s concept, you know, it's a band.
Yeah.
And not just a solo act.
But it's tough, you know. It's tough to, I'm sure, bring that many people on the road, and it's hard to convince people that you're going to have to split everything, you know, however many ways.
It's tough. It's tough internally for that.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, when you're making fish heads and rice, anything above that pay grade is better, right?
Right.
And this has been a really good job for the last 30 plus years. But I think with the industry, with bands, you know, and careers, it's hard to focus on, you know, is our image a logo? You know, if it's 6 guys, if you put that on the small ad for us back in the day when it was CDs, you couldn't see anybody.
Yeah.
Right? And so we had actually had a heart-to-heart because we all felt like we had plenty to offer. You know, man, I want people to recognize me for this, and this guy do this. But we made a decision, I think, in the first year or maybe after the first year, that Diamond Rio, our songs were much more popular than we were. And so we really addressed kind of being a band that had one face, and it was Marty's face. And he was in all the interviews. And so we kind of went a little bit down the solo act as far as we went to media. And you know what? That seemed to work a lot better for us.
Okay.
It did work good for them. It's just a lot of extra time.
Spectacular for me.
And congratulations, you guys have raised over $1 million for charity. You guys have charities. You guys have won tons of awards. What makes you keep doing that?
The charity stuff?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's an incredible opportunity. You know, I mean, we couldn't do those kinds of numbers and stuff like that as a regular civilian. You know, and when you have some celebrity cachet. And that's, are you going to use it or are you not going to use it? You know, I can't use it when we're on the way down. Mm-hmm. And we've taken advantage of that. And, man, it's been great. I've made some incredible relationships with our charity work, and just it's with our partners and with the people that we've supported and our volunteers that have come and helped us with this stuff. It's been some of the most fun that I've had in this career.
Would you guys ever consider doing any collaborations? Like, there's a lot of that going on right now. Is that possible for a group like
we've done that?
We've done
okay,
that.
like
usually with solo act. I mean, I can't remember us doing a collaboration with a band.
Like, could you guys do something with like Old Dominion or something, or would that be like too tough? Has anyone ever tried that?
Well, if I was going to do a collaboration, I would start with a solo act.
Okay,
just because you can quickly find out what the dynamic of one person is. You go in with a band, all of a sudden, okay.
Yeah,
how long of a lunch is this going to be that I'm going to find the dynamic out of? Yeah,
right. That's interesting.
It gets complicated on, okay, who's going to play the track and who's going to kind of just, one plays the track, one spotlights where it's really can't. I mean, I guess you could have 2 drum, man, that would be a nightmare.
Back in the day, I talked, we had thought about doing something with Restless Heart because we were doing a bunch of stuff together, and we're similar to the same vintage, and had talked about that, and it was it was just a little. We didn't start that one up, but I think that would have gone well just because we got so much great history with those guys.
Yeah, and they've been friends of ours forever. So.
And other than touring, what are you guys currently working on? Like, are you putting something big?
A bus. I left the bus lot this morning at about 7:30 or 8, and I was finally done. I got there at 6 to try to get it on the road so we can go do some of those tour days.
Yeah.
How about that for the real story?
Honestly, for me, other than my family and stuff that's off the clock, the stuff that's on the clock right now, I've kind of put a pin in anything extra than touring, because here we are in the summer, and we're about to be gone for a long time.
Long time.
We'll leave what we've been gone. We did 94 shows last year. We'll do a little over 80 this year, and that's all we're going to do. I'm talking to the girl standing in the back here. But we have, we're at the summertime, like Jimmy said, we leave, Lord willing, we leave Wednesday morning. We won't be back for 3 weeks. Hard to do anything else but just tour and enjoy whatever day off you might have.
It's interesting that we got some new musicians in the band, and I'm the youngest of the original guys, and I'm 61, going to be 62, and we go home and see our families. And Micah's out doing a photo shoot in a session, and Carson's picking up a gig. And hey, can I slip onto the country music cruise with Jimmy Fortune? And I was like, go for it. We'll be at home.
Exactly.
Well,
we did all that.
yeah. I love where you guys are in your career and what you guys have accomplished. I love the new track.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by.
It's all about having fun for us right now, and maybe make a few bucks, but it's all about having fun. Enjoy what we do.
Yeah, get back out there and just keep on getting it.
We really do enjoy it.
Yeah.
And sometimes getting there is tough, but the playing and these new people, Micah and Carson, have been an incredible blessing for me, and I know for the rest of the guys. We're excited that we were able to vest them in something and show them off. That's the whole goal. It's about the two of them.
Good for you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.